Yo, what up? Good morning, GMD. And Thursday, May 8th, 2025. Look at that. Another beautiful day to have a beautiful day. I got my co-host in the house, Tyler. Mando, good morning, lads. Good morning. How you guys doing today?
I'm doing great. I had a big 24 hours. Read around the FOMC yesterday.
Fuck, that's good. That is really good. I had an okay 24 hours. I didn't make money.
What were you doing? If you don't mind me asking.
Yeah, what did you do?
I did quite a lot. I really I bought a lot of MOG and I bought a lot of Farokh at opportune times. Let's put it that way. Held them overnight, and then they had a very big move overnight. So,
damn, that's good. Yeah, the coins are looking good, Mando. The coins are looking good. And if you bought MOG when we talked about this whole MOG act thing on the show like 48 hours ago, you're up a lot. Like
I had taken off the majority of the MOG just now, or before.
I mean, it's a good trade, right? But you're trading perps, right?
That was a perp account, yeah.
Yeah, exactly. So obviously you take that off, but because you're not trading spots, so it's different.
I mean, I still have. Yeah, took off.
Yeah, I had a wallet that was like, kind of like my whatever wallet, like an ETH wallet with like RECK and MOG in it. That like at the lows, I was like, wow, it's so fucking low. I'll just whatever, and it's back to being like a significant wallet. And I was like, fuck yes. You know those wallets like when RECK went to what 15 mil and MOG went to like 150 mil. So that wallet was like, I was like, okay, whatever, like fuck it. And now it's back to being a multiple six-figure wallet. I'm like, fuck yes. So it feels, listen, I'm still I'm still one of the largest holders, dude. I'm still like that's one of the coins I did not touch. I was telling Obi about it.
Is that the founders aren't selling.
Yeah. That's also one of the reasons, right? It's like you just know that Obi ain't fucking dumping RECK on your head and he's building like a dog, you know what I mean? So it's just one of those things where it feels nice and you can trust the process, So anyways, I'm sure we'll talk about all this. We'll talk markets, guys. Obviously, we kind of Mando came in hot, so we'll talk markets for sure because Bitcoin nearly kissed $100,000 today, or I could say kissed it. And I don't know, maybe on some exchanges. Market's fuming, so love to see that post FOMC. We got a trade deal being announced at the moment with the highly respected country of the United Kingdom. I did not know that highly respected UK could end up in the same sentence in 2025, but here we are. So it seems like that's what it is. But Donald Trump, our number one KOL, is speaking as we speak. So we'll be covering that as the news come out. I don't think he's speaking yet, or else my phone would be blowing up with Walter Bloomberg notifications. But I'm assuming that it's gonna happen while we're on the show, so we will keep you guys posted if you're tuning in. We have Tyler's top 100. I'm sure Tyler has a lot to talk about. Yeet giveaway as well at the end of the show. Yesterday the winner made $1,325, $1,375. So love to see that. Made some good money on Risky Click. We'll do Lamb Chop later today, maybe, or something like that, depending on the time. And then last but not least, we have a guest coming on today, Jess from Wallet Connect. Is coming out. As you all know, this show is powered by Wallet Connect, and Jess gonna come talk to us about some fun shit today on the show. She's I saw a Portuguese flag in her bio, so it makes it even one step closer here. Exactly, as you can see, there's boxes behind me. New era. The boxes are packed. Mando, this is happening for real. Wow. I'm not faking it. Look at that. Yeah, my office is. I mean, I'll zoom out for y'all later, but the office is gone. Like that, what once was is no longer. Check this out.
So you still haven't seen the place you're moving into, right?
Nope, I have not seen it.
But Vanessa has.
Vanessa has. That's all that matters, right?
I saw the place you moved into, but my wife didn't when we moved.
Oh, usually. Well, I'm way too zoomed in. I had a big night the night before the visit, and the visit was at like 8:30 a.m. or some shit, and yeah, I slept through it. So I had a big night. I had to fly to Dubai and everything. I was like, maybe you go. I'm
gonna send you like the things to do in your first 90 days in Lisbon, like the fun things, and you can just hit off each one.
I'm gonna hit up the Sardine Festival. Anyway, so
Well, yeah, you're there. You're there for this, like the beginning of it.
I know. We'll go together. We did it last time together. It'll be fun. It's NFC, so a lot of people will be in town during that week during NFC Lisbon. Like I'm hearing more and more people coming, so it's gonna be a lot of fun. So, anyways, this show is powered by Wallet Connect. Like I said, we're going to have a guest today on the show also to come and talk more about this. But Wallet Connect is a connectivity network shaping the future of on-chain UX. If you've connected to Web3 app, you've seen Wallet Connect. That blue logo, it's everywhere. A wallet of I bugged out. Wow.
They're in Lisbon as well. Wallet Connect.
They are an icon of trust in crypto is recognizable visas. Check. I want to learn more. Follow Wallet Connect on X and Telegram to stay about next. It's true. Steven Dolcemasco, the head of partnerships, who made the deal happen with us, is based out there. So absolutely love to see that. Dude, even Tyler's gonna be based in Lisbon soon. I'm telling you, bro, it's happening. Anyways, Mando, what's happening in this market?
Who is the man, macro daddy of the land? Can you dig it?
GM, everyone. It has been a pretty good weekend if you are a cryptocurrency enjoyer / investor. Bitcoin approached 100K. It did kind of, I don't know if it actually hit it, and then, no, it went just shy. It looks like it got to 99.9K and then decided not today. And dipped down to like 99 just now. But it's not just that. We've actually seen Bitcoin dominance go down suddenly.
Good.
The main thing for that is ETH is rallying. Traditionally,
Oh no,
that is that is not the greatest sign.
Oh no.
Often does lead to a little bit of a retracement, but yeah, Bitcoin dominance kind of was at 65.5 yesterday and is now down to just shy of 65. But ETH is up 8% today. Decent move higher, just shy of 2K. Let's hope the rally is sustained. That's actually honestly the reason why I took off some of my positions.
That's so funny.
ETH is rallying to me.
Yeah, ETH is rallying, and the bankless guys are creating dances. By the way, Tyler, you know the dance, no?
I'm not doing the dance.
Come on, dude, do the dance.
I don't have enough on the line with ETH.
You don't want to be number one. You don't want to go. You don't want to go for that number one spot. You got to do stuff like this.
That's it. You want to be number one on Kaido? You want to win a Grand Slam, Tyler?
Well, now you put it that way.
Yeah.
Have you seen the dance, Mando?
I did briefly, but like ETH's been doing stuff like that for a while, right? I preferred the Gainsey crash out video. Did you see that?
Wow.
No, I have not seen that, but I saw someone talking about it right before the show.
But he made good points.
Gainsey's
like it's a crash out, but it's a good point.
I mean, Gainsey's been an ETH supporter for a long time, so I don't think he's saying it for a point of like dunking on ETH. I think he's just saying it from a point of as a holder, he's not very happy. But he crashed out. He does a live stream at the moment, so he crashed out on that live stream, talking about Metallic. But good. It's just been a good market, really. I think across the board. So ETH memes actually have been the strongest. Mainly that's MOG, but you've seen a decent move in Pepe. You've seen a decent move in SBX, Bitcoin. They all had a decent move, and then Solana memes less strong, I would say, but a decent move in Pengu has been the stronger one. In terms of L1s, like I said, ETH has probably been the biggest gainer out of the major L1s, like the ones you would talk about. Sui has also had a decent jump up. A lot of talk about this like Sui versus Sol trade and which one you should be in. But yeah, Sui and ETH are probably the winners in terms of in L1s this morning. And then ETH memes. Feels strong, feels good. In terms of macro yesterday, it was quite a big day. So we had the Fed. The Fed came on and, if I'm honest, said kind of what I thought they would be, like slightly more hawkish. Wait and see mode, and markets did kind of reprice for that. But regardless, we saw some strength towards the end of the day. because of this talk about a trade deal. If you've been listening to this show at all for the last 3 months, you would know that the UK is probably the most obvious one to get a trade deal with the US. Like, UK actually has a trade surplus versus the US. Interestingly, it looks as though CNN were reporting that the 10% tariff would stay in place. So I was very, very confused by that. But maybe there'll be some sort of move to that being reduced after a while. But looks like UK and US are going to do some form of a trade deal today.
I thought it was at 10 a.m. actually. It was meant to be speaking at 10 a.m. Eastern Standard Time, but I don't believe it happened yet.
This is a bigger deal for the UK than I think it is for the US. Like,
yeah, of course.
So, and just to give some perspective on that, like the UK, there's been a lot of talk within the UK that it needs to shift away from Europe and towards the US.
Yeah.
Because dealing with the Europe, they're just often at different planes with the US, with the UK, with respect to, you know, the general deregulation and free markets, let's say, and they're much closer to the US. But the US, when the UK was part of the EU, that it was impossible for them to do a bilateral trade deal. And the UK has been asking for a trade deal with the US since Brexit. So I think it's 2016. So this is a very big deal for a big win for the UK to suddenly have got a trade deal with the US. I don't know how sweeping it's going to be, other than like I guess we'll get to find that out right now. But yeah, this is good for the UK in general, and you're starting to see maybe that shift in like global power. The UK has kind of decided, right, we're going to align ourselves more with North America. The UK also did a trade deal with India actually this week as well. They haven't really done great trade deals with the Europe apart from their exit agreement. So the UK is definitely trying to forge out its own path here a little bit. So if you are in Britain, it is interesting. For the US, it's not a big deal. I don't think UK is a major trading partner, but it's not like, it's not China, and it's not one of the other. It's not a big net importer to the US, so it's not really going to affect the trade balance that much. So this was an easy one to do. The other easy one, in my opinion, to do is Australia. They could do a deal with Australia relatively quickly, and obviously Australia just got a new prime minister come in. Feels like they could do a deal there. I think, or at least they got the same prime minister in. So yeah,
I have a question on that. The EU, are they able to trade individually as countries, or are they going to trade as a bloc? Like, could he trade with Italy, with whom he has a better relationship, let's say, than France, or does the EU come in as like a?
It's a bloc.
Package?
For trade deals, it's generally a bloc. For foreign direct investment deals, you can sometimes see individual deals from a country basis. So France may have a deal with.
Got it.
Some of the Gulf nations about direct investment, I know in the past. But yeah, for trade deals, they negotiate as a bloc.
Got it. Yeah, it seems as such. So I guess we'll see. So yeah, the Trump talk was delayed 10 minutes.
Deals with the EU take years.
I mean, everything in the EU takes years, right?
Years.
This actually makes the Brexit look even better at this stage, right? Because now you have England able to, like, the UK able to, like, make a deal on their own, kind of go rogue in a way, and just say whatever we'll make our own deal happen. Which, like you said, is a way bigger win for the UK than it is for the US at this stage. So
yeah, I think there's been some criticism of the UK post Brexit that they hadn't managed to get any of these deals done.
But now they're doing it, yeah.
But now they have these. This is a good sign. This is definitely.
They look like geniuses now. This is not good for the EU, right? Like, it's not good for the EU, because then you have, like, I wonder if other countries like, well, what the fuck, like, you know.
Yeah. No, this doesn't look so good for the EU right now, because if the UK is able to leave the EU and then get major trade deals with, you know, India's the third biggest economy in the world now. So the UK has gone out and done a bilateral trade deal now with the biggest economy in the world and the third biggest economy in the world, and has got the EU via some way with like Germany, with another one. Like, this is a good sign.
Okay. All right, got it. Tyler, do you want to say something?
Yeah, I mean, so it's a big deal for the UK. I get that. Like, is this really what's pumping markets? Like, this a blip on the radar. The news was kind of net negative, I think, out of FOMC. I mean, slightly. Like, I think it was fairly neutral, but like the odds of a rate cut in June are now down from 30% to 20%. So it wouldn't have been a surprise to see markets open lower today, yet they're green. It just feels like any tiny positive piece of positive news right now is pumping markets.
Yeah,
It's kind
that's exactly
Well,
what
we
it is.
talked about
Narrative is following price here.
Yeah.
So like, it's pumping because of the UK trade. The UK trade deal is not a big deal. It's not
abysmal.
like, it shouldn't be. And it's a very easy one for them to have done. So I don't think markets should be pumping on the back of this. Because of that, I think they're pumping because global liquidity is going higher and positioning was very bearish. That's all it is. Like, and then you make up the reason afterwards.
Is it? Can we just pull up the M2 chart? Are we literally just going to follow this Bitcoin?
So where do you find the chart? Is it on TradingView? I don't
It's
see
easy to
screenshots
look
of it.
around. You can build it up from the balance sheets of the major central banks. So, but you have to have your own script for it on TradingView.
Because like I see M2 money stock here. But
it's easy just to copy paste that you see on X. If I'm honest, you won't find it.
I'm sure if I put M2, there it is. An hour ago. That was quick.
Exactly.
Yeah, this dude always posts it.
There you go.
I mean,
the trade was kind of obvious, no? Like I just don't understand how people were asking for lower at 76K. I'll continue to say that. I think none of you guys are said that either. It's just people people left and called it quits 76, calling for like 50K.
And this shows 120K in June.
Yeah, it's happening, of course.
And then 170K this summer.
Yeah, we're going. We're gonna go.
Like I'm unfollowing everything except Colin talks crypto, and I'm just gonna stare at his M2 chart.
This has been the Real Vision story for many years, right?
So
like,
speaking of that, Mando, I do want your thoughts on this. Papi Raul is saying, I think BTC dominance topped today, and that was this morning at 7:53 a.m. Eastern Standard Time. There are daily, weekly, and monthly DMARC tops in place, and the top is well below 2021 top, and that was below the 2017 top. If that plays out, it is the hallmark of the next phase of the banana zone. Let's see. Furthermore, Tyler yesterday shared a stat on the show that BTCD was at a high not seen since January 2021, and we all know what happened after Jan 2021, the NFT run, Ethereum, etc. Amanda, what do you think here? Did Bitcoin dominance stop? Because you have been talking about Bitcoin dominance a lot.
So, just to isolate the things that Raul's been really right on, it is that Bitcoin would follow global M2. What has generally been wrong on is that alts would follow it too, and they haven't. The idea that ETH would follow global M2 has not happened this cycle. Similarly to Solana to a large extent too. And I think alts are just a more difficult thing to call. My general view is that Bitcoin dominance is going to keep on going higher, and that has become a view that stablecoins are now going to start replacing some of the major L1 tokens as the major form of currency within crypto. I think, and I've said this before, like I feel better about memes than I do about L1 tokens right now.
Yeah.
I feel better about owning memes than I do about owning.
It's true.
I much prefer owning Pepe to ETH or Farokh to Sol.
I mean, even Popcat, even like Mog and Pepe to ETH and like Popcat Farokh to Sol are much better holds.
And I'm not saying you have to own them in the same amounts. Like, I'm not saying you should have 60% Bitcoin, 40% Farokh.
Oh, I shouldn't? Because like I'm 50% an alt and 50% Farokh right now.
I like Farokh. I think Farokhn's underperformed a little bit here. So, and I think the reason why I was buying it so much yesterday is because I just felt as though everyone counted it out, right?
Yeah. Look, you know where we're back? I feel like, at some point last year, Mando, where I was like 100% meme coins. Remember that period where you're like, wow, you're like really risk on? I'm feeling like that again right now. Like, I'm feeling like this is a period where I want to be all in, like major memes. Tyler, what do you think? I mean, you're a resident, degenerate now. You used to be me until you came on.
Yeah, so like I actually cut all of my memes that I bought in the last 3 weeks yesterday.
Yeah, those narratives, I don't know if they hold, right? I'm looking here.
I didn't like that chart on House. I didn't like it on some of the others. It felt like maybe this little recent meta is over.
I mean, they're back today. One.
I mean, it looks like it was a mistake. And I hope these do well. So like this is not a knock against any of these communities. But all the old memes, I mean, they really went off, and like some of them it's like hard to trust. Like Moo Dang was up like 30%.
What's like dog with hat at right now? Let's see. Wow.
Yeah, I think it just felt as though everyone was like, "Oh my god, Farokh is going to go down to like 600 million, 700 million yesterday," and I just was like, "Oh, that looks like suddenly good risk reward to really."
I saw a lot of fart shorts out there.
Right, exactly. Just you know how we've just said this, which is now my number one investing style is like, you want to buy when you know if it starts pumping, people will be like, "Oh, I should have owned it." Mog was a prime example of a coin like that.
Yeah,
right?
yeah, it's true.
As soon as it started pumping, a bunch of people who own Mog throughout the whole of the bull would be like, "Fuck, I've got to own this. I've got to own this," because it's when Mog goes, it just triples. You know,
it always does that. I've seen this since day one.
And there are times when Farokh feels like, oh, it's dead, and there's times where it feels like suddenly everyone doesn't believe in it. And yesterday it felt like it was one of those moments. It hit 890 million, I think, briefly.
I saw 930, but you saw 8. Okay, maybe on chain, yeah.
Wow.
Yeah, 950 on chain. I saw 930. I personally saw 938.
It was definitely lower than that. Because
938 is the lowest I saw it at, but yeah, no, 931 on chain.
Oh yeah, it was, yeah, about 930.
I had that, so I was talking to Ovi the night before about our position, and I was like, we're 950 is the next level down, and that was it. It was like 930, 950.
Nice.
My target here is breaking 130, and if we can't, I'll probably take I'll de-risk a tiny bit before risking again lower. But I think 130 would be a nice level to hit here, honestly. We'll see.
I've got an interesting. So actually, I bought some Mog.
Wow. Oh, hold on.
Just in.
Hold on.
Rug Radio. Breaking news.
I did. I luckily bought some Mog. It's the exact type of chart setup that I like for a longer term meme hold. So I missed the first move off the bottom, but it's still significantly off all time highs. The narrative has shifted. You've got we've talked about the bull case this week, right? It's these San Francisco tech bro culture now mogging without even talking about the coin. You got the Mog glasses everywhere. With that being said, my dilemma is Mog going to outperform RECK in a nice little meme? Well, I do, but it's still an opportunity cost, right?
Yeah.
Like, is RECK more likely to 5x than Mog here? And I feel like the answer is yes.
I wouldn't compare. And I'm a fan. I'm obviously very close to OV and close to the Mog lads. I think it's similar. Like I wouldn't like. Thing is, Mog has Coinbase, RECK doesn't, right? Whereas RECK could have it. I'm not saying it's not going to, right? Like Mog could really well run back the highs very fast. But RECK also, after the sellout yesterday, which, by the way, congratulations, they sold on 40 fucking minutes. By the way.
Yeah, you won.
Who called? I won. There you go. Hey, you run it back, run the clip back, but under an hour, 40-minute sellout. But things like, and then with Pengu, by the way, again, top gainer. Pengu is a beast. That's good for RECK, right? So I don't know, but that's a good point, Tyler. I think that's why I have both. Though I would make a lot more money if RECK, goes 5x. So wouldn't mind it.
It's just one of those. What I like about purely as a trader of what we were just talking about, you just know if it starts around, like it might go sideways here for a bit, right? Like it's a big run. And just naturally, like even though you might think it looks cheap, it takes a while sometimes for things to range. But then if it goes, people are like,
Mm-hmm.
And I think that's a good point to be in for a coin, right?
Yeah, it makes sense.
Yeah, I like it though. I think all coins will look. I mean, I think you still are early to buying coins, even if you get a little pullback across the board. It doesn't matter. I think I think people mistaken that a lot. Like you see coins are up a lot right now, and you're like, oh, I missed a run, like on RECK, for example, or Mog, or Pepe, or even Farokh, but they're still so much lower than their highs. Like Farokh is still like 50% down from highs. RECK is still as well 50% down from highs. Mog, it requires almost a 5x to hit its highs at $1.5 billion. Even Pepe was $7 billion. So it's like, are we still early. I hate to be that guy, like saying like we're still
We're really
early.
just gonna run back all the old coins. Like that's the thing. Like,
But I think so. Like, you know why I think that, by the way, because of what Mando and you have been saying, how there's no new buyers in the new
That's
coins.
exactly
You
what I was
just
going to
saw.
say.
yeah.
It's the no new buyers. So no new buyers means that they're all old holders. And that means the old coins run it back. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like the cycle didn't end, right? So if the cycle had ended, then you see new coins running and new coins making new narratives, like when WIF came about and made a new narrative, created Pepe, WIF, Mark made new narratives, but it's still the same cycle. It's like we're starting a new cycle, right?
I just think there's no new wallet, so people are just going like, oh, I remember that coin. I like that coin. Like people might buy Chill Guy here, which is why it rallied too. It's like people might remember the coin that they owned and be like, oh, okay, I prefer that. So I prefer to own that than
all DCA, all double down, all I'm down 50%, but if I buy it here, I'll like even out at X amount. So I think people think like that. But then again, you got to be worried of profit taking on the way up. That's the only thing, right?
Yeah, it makes sense. And it's really the trenches are hard to play here. I mean, we've had a huge run in house coin, but then it sold off massively. I think there's a lot of questions if it's going to come back, and there really hasn't been a whole lot else show its head. So
we spoke about Pepe. You remember a few days ago, and I was like, I think that's a coin if it starts going, and it looks like it might start going to me. That's another coin.
It looks so good.
Pepe 1 day chart right now.
I know. I saw it just now. Like it's looking fucking good.
Looks bottomed.
It's formed such a strong bottom here. Well, how low did it go? On-chain 220. It's 4. I'm running out of. I have no more money, man. Though, like, what? Like, I don't want to leverage trade. I like at this stage, like, if I want more exposure, I need leverage. You know what I mean? Like, like, you know what I mean? I'm just like, can someone just like give me like, I don't know, like $5 million?
There are times to leverage trade, and there are times they're not. And I've been leverage trading for the last 2 weeks, and because I felt as though like what the risk reward. The time not to leverage trade is like December and January, where it was like it's up 50%, it's down 50%. It's like horrific moves. You can't sleep. You can sleep right now with some pretty tasty levered positions that they're not going to drop 40% overnight.
Is it still time? I feel like if I was home last week when I was in Dubai, like I would have put it like, you know me, like last time I lever traded, I cooked and I stopped for like 6 months. Like I did what you did recently, but like always smaller size. I had a slow long and a few other longs, and it was a massive trade, and it cashed it all out and never put it back in.
Like Pepe right now. Let's just put it into perspective. Pepe right now.
But I'm talking about, by the way, I'm talking 2-3x. Just for the listeners, we're not talking like 20x cross margin fucking crazy positions, right?
You could put it on 5x levered, right? And it would have to drop 20%. So it'd have to go down right now to.
I don't know. I've been there, brother.
Don't trust.
I have gone. Last time I long Pepe, Iran decided to nuke Israel, and that 20% happened to me while I was at dinner, and I lost like $100,000 in like 5 minutes.
So where was Pepe then? Pepe was so much higher. Right.
Yeah, no, I'm just saying it's not a Pepe problem, it's a me problem. But
sure.
And it's my people.
You got some bad luck. You got bad luck, you got bad luck, you know. You know
that's my people.
I wouldn't say go lever trade at other times. Like, you know, like in November, December, you just own spot.
Yeah.
But right now it's like, like maybe if we break out, then
animal spirits.
If Bitcoin goes to all-time high, like it's not the worst time to consider.
Don't tempt me with a good time. I'm about to sell my Sonic position and rebuy it on 2x. You know what I mean? Like,
all the tokens.
I mean, it's not. I mean, you know, it's not a bad idea. I'm not gonna lie. Yeah, and this is it. Like, you do too much stuff IRL to have leverage trade on Farokh. It's true. This is why I don't leverage trade, because I'm always, you know, like I gotta go to fucking consensus next week. You know what I mean? Like, I can't be looking at my charts.
Go back to the futures board real quick. Bitcoin is revisited 99.8, ETH 1990.
Oh God, this looks so good. Honestly, this is. Oh my God. Wow.
Juicy.
Can you believe? Like, I was saying this morning, right, Tyler? Like, there was some people like this whole period out of the range. Like, so this is the range, right? Like, this is the range here. Can you believe there was people in this period that gave up? right there. 56-day period here.
I mean,
Here, this period here, and some people gave up right there.
I mean, even right now, like the fear and greed technically is at 53 neutral. It feels much worse than that to me. Like,
Yeah.
The sentiment on the timeline portion still feels very bad.
Yeah.
Like I'm pretty pulled up. Like I'm looking at the board this morning, feeling real good, and it doesn't necessarily match the vibes. So it feels like people are off sides again.
People are definitely silent. I mean, I saw a message, tweet from Loma, who's actually a good trader. And this morning he wrote, he said, last time I can see here, he said, last time I can remember the price being disproportionate from the sentiment was during the start of the move up after the initial COVID pandemic. Price reclaiming 95K was big. Trump making it his God-given right to blatantly manipulate markets higher. Common sense traders like me mostly sideline and shambles.
I mean, it was very common sense to just be like, times are very uncertain.
Yeah.
I'm just going to sit and wait for this.
I don't know.
And then if you did, like, sorry.
Not for me, baby. I ain't sideline, that's for sure. I know you guys aren't. Anyways, Tyler, let's go to your topics real quick. I see Jess of Rion Wallet Connect in the studio. We'll go to you in a little bit. Tyler, let's see what you got for us today.
For daily NFT and crypto analysis. Tyler T on FOMO hour cause the kids can't miss.
Ready to bash some bears. Yeah, folks, crypto majors very green this morning after news of a major US UK trade deal to be revealed today. Bitcoin up 2.3%, 996. ETH 1990 up 9% on the day. In macro news, Besant and Lutnick submitted draft plans for that U.S. sovereign wealth fund. It was partially rejected, but progress being made there. Stripe introduced stablecoin financial accounts, allowing users to hold funds in stables and send and receive funds via fiat or crypto. Visa, they're expanding their stablecoin infrastructure and investing in BVNK, aiming to enhance their global digital payment capabilities. Companies are spinning up to acquire Bitcoin, and they are accelerating. So Vivek's Strive Asset Management announced plans to merge with asset entities and launch a Bitcoin treasury company. That AST stock went up 450% yesterday on the back of that news. Excuse me. David Bailey is set to launch a $300 million Bitcoin investment company called Nakamoto, using $200 million in equity financing and $100 million in debt. So 2 new companies on the board set to pile into Bitcoin in size. Metaplanet also acquired 555 Bitcoin, bringing its holdings over 1,000. And Robinhood, reportedly developing a blockchain-based platform for stock trading in Europe, looking at either Arbitrum or Solana for partnership. We saw Arizona pass a different Bitcoin bill. This one allows the state to build a reserve via unclaimed assets, airdrops, and staking rewards. But Bitcoin officially has passed in Arizona now. And then breaking news before the show, Coinbase acquired crypto options platform Deribit for $2.9 billion. I believe that is officially the largest crypto M&A deal in history. So big news there for Coinbase. I think Coinbase earnings after hours today as well. So that's going to be a big call this afternoon. In token airdrop and protocol news, Jupiter introduced Universal Send, allowing users to send Sol, USD, or meme coins to anyone, anywhere. They can claim via link or QR code. They do not need a wallet. And RECK Drinks, Abstract Apple, sold out globally in 40 minutes yesterday. Massive sellout. Shout out to Ovi and that team. Kind of rounding things out, the AI board was up about 9% to 9.3 billion today. Meme coin leaders were also very green, up about 5 to 10% across the board. Pingu was leading the top 100 board, up 25%. Mog up 40%. And then in NFTs, a couple of stories here. Those Kaido Genesis NFTs were up 40%. And then 2 historic Grail NFTs changed hands yesterday. An Ape CryptoPunk, undisclosed amount, but Punk's OTC saying at least $2.1 million for that one. And Xcopy's last selfie, it's an addition of 10, sold for 1.15 million. So
Chad Gandhi on that, natively on Gandhi too, right? Like it wasn't like a loan or some shit. That's crazy.
Yeah, Gandhi's been crushing it on the art side.
Yeah.
Can I ask a question just as a business owner now as well? Well, we've been speaking to the Kaito lads. Like, this thing is just going wild. Like, we're thinking about doing something for Yeet with them. Is it still like as big as it was? Like, what?
I think it's bigger.
Oh, it's bigger than it was. But can I ask?
Can you make the pitch to me, like because I know they had a pre-TGE where it all made sense, but I don't even know. Like, it seems as though you still get Yaps, but like Yaps now are like even more valuable, or like
Yeah. So what's that? Because we wanted to talk about it yesterday. Saying like there was $70 million given, but how does that work?
The pitch right now is users are more incentivized than ever to use to run up their Yaps on the Kaido board because the airdrops have been plentiful. I think Wale shared a tweet, like over $70 million in airdrops have been given out to Kaido Yappers over the last few months. And that's from protocols. That's not from Kaido directly. So Boop was the latest. Boop actually gave a healthy chunk of tokens to top Yappers. And then each of those protocols on that pre-TGE board, when they do their TGE, they are giving some allocation of tokens to Yappers. And I think there's been, some mixed feedback on like what type of attention you're going to get, what type of people you're going to get talking about your protocol. So I think you do have to do it smartly. You don't just want farmers in their Kaido Yap circles to be the only ones talking about your product. So I think it has to be managed to a degree. But I don't know. This is an attention game. It really feels like attention is still one of the most valuable assets in this space. And using Kaido to grab mindshare feels like one of the easiest paths to that right now. And that Kaido token just soared. It's up 50%.
But do you get any of the Kaido token? This is what I didn't understand.
There's going to be another airdrop. There will be airdrop.
There is going to be another airdrop.
Yes.
Right. Okay.
So we're all still incentivized to keep on yapping. And you'll be able to earn airdrops. That way you can hold the NFTs. The NFT holders are getting all those airdrops as well. There's multiple ways to participate. And then U is teasing new products. Like, they're clearly going to continue to grow. He teased an exchange product. He teased like a VC, like a venture aspect. They just rolled out their own social feed.
Yeah. I called him yesterday. He seems like a smart dude. But like it seems as though you can do two different things. You can create your own leaderboard, or like Boop did something else. It sounded like. What did Boop do with them?
I think Boop just rewarded. I think Boop just rewarded top meme coin yappers. So they looked at like the meme coin mindshare board, and they said, "Okay, we're going to give you all 10,000 tokens."
But you didn't have to write about Boop or anything like that. You just had
to be relevant in the meme coin sector of crypto Twitter.
Okay, so that's like for something that is almost like about to TGE. That would make most sense.
So like for you, like if you want to talk about, I don't know how big like the crypto gambling sector is, but like instead of saying we're going to reward people who talk specifically about Yeet, we want to go after the people who are genuinely talking about crypto casinos.
I see. Interesting.
They've dominated it. It's very clear. Like, even from the conversation with them, it sounds as though there's tons of different people speaking to them at the moment. I'm in it for the
have a lot of incentives. I mean, it is probably the easiest way for someone who shows up to crypto Twitter every day to generate income right now. Is to find a niche, do research, create good content around it. I think more and more people are figuring that out.
Yeah.
Watch this space. Me and you might cook something.
Oh God, are you telling us to pay attention again?
Maybe. If you're a yapper,
pay attention. I love that. What else is new, Tyler?
Yeah, I mean, I think the Bitcoin company boom is getting too big to ignore, and maybe that becomes like one of our new leading like risk factors in a potential blow up scenario at some point in this cycle. But now 2 new major companies coming in to pile in high 9 figures into Bitcoin with Vivek and David Bailey. This comes after 21 Capital just a couple of weeks ago. Metaplanet keeps buying, so this is a continued major trend. It doesn't be slow. It's not slowing down. And then you've got the major players also building out their stablecoin, their stablecoin platform here, which to me is still one of like the end games of crypto, where you can truly use your stables, your crypto to buy anything anywhere you want in the world.
Yeah,
We're not there yet. at least here in the US. Like I still like I tried to use stables via the MetaMask credit card a month ago and it got rejected.
Really? I've never had that.
We're not there yet. Maybe it's just me. Yeah, so I don't want to just, to fund the product.
No, I mean the product could be better.
But it just feels like we're not totally there yet, but within a couple of years it feels like we will be. Like maybe not for house purchases, but for most of your everyday goods, it feels like we're like on the cusp, and that's a pretty big unlock.
I heard people buying houses in Bitcoin in Portugal, so it's coming. It's coming. It's moving out there. But you're right. You're absolutely right. This whole Bitcoin boom. But again, we're talking about Bitcoin boom again, right? Like, so I know we're talking about BTCD, etc. Just a little bit ago on the show. So I think it's something to pay attention to as well. That's mostly stuff that's happening within the Bitcoin ecosystem. By the way, it does not look like Donald Trump has spoken yet. But again, like we said, it's probably just going to be the announcement with the UK. Tyler, before I go to Jess here, is there anything major that stood out that we didn't talk about?
No, I think we can dive into Coinbase tomorrow. I haven't really had a chance to digest. The Jupiter Universal Send is cool. So you can send money to anyone just via a link, and then they'll just need to download the Jupiter mobile app, and then they'll be able to log in and claim it.
Cool.
And if they never do that, you can actually call your funds back.
Okay.
So just a new way to onboard.
Yeah, just easy, right? Just easy tools and easy products to use for the people. Jupiter's doing good. Anyways, all right, well, let's go to today's guest. Just a reminder, rafflebot.xyz. The code today is FOMO, FOMO. Y'all know how to spell that. Rafflebot.xyz. Go to yeet.com, make an account, use the FOMO hour code, place a bet, and you can win some money on the show every single day of the week, literally 5 days a week. We've given out like 17 grand right now. So let's see what someone gets. Lucky winner will come on the stage later after this interview and be able to win some money. All right, let's get our show partner on, Jess. What's up, Jess? Good morning. How you doing?
Hey guys, I'm good. How are you doing?
We're good. There's just, I think, bad connection on your end or from the microphone. We can hear you, but afar.
Huh, okay.
Do you have headphones or?
Yeah, let me try.
Let's try that. Let's wait for Jess to put her headphones back on. But hey, $2.9 billion Deribit acquisition. That ain't bad, Tyler.
It's the biggest
you know,
ever.
if they could just spare 100 million of that in my bank account by accident. But it's like 70% stock, right? From what I saw.
Yeah.
Let's get Jess back on. Let me try again. Check. 1, 2.
Is that any better? Can you hear me now?
I can, but don't think the headphones connected.
It's right.
Let's see. Don't worry. We'll make it. We'll make it work. We'll make it work. We'll make it work. Oh yeah. Try again.
Can you hear me now?
Oh yes. There we go.
Okay, we're in.
We're so fucking back. Jess Holgrave. So it's Jess Holgrave, right? I'm saying this right?
Yeah, that's right.
Jess Holgrave. I see a little Portuguese flag in your bio. Is that where you're based?
I am. I'm here in sunny Portugal. I'm British originally, but I can't do the British winters. So I came down here a couple years ago, and I love it.
You and Mando both. Look at that. It's two Brits in Portugal. There you go. I love it. I love it. I love it.
There's 3 people in Portugal about to come. Farokh's moving too to Portugal.
I'm coming.
Sweet.
Not only am I coming, but I'm gonna open the first Persian restaurant in Lisbon.
No way. Oh, that's super exciting.
Fucking way. Hell yeah. I decided I'm gonna do it. I'm gonna call it Dastan, like our parent company. So I gotta talk to you guys more about this. But another time. Hey, maybe we can use Wallet Connect, to pay in crypto with
we can pay for stuff. 100%.
Fuck yeah, let's go. I even already scored a partner for my restaurant. Let's go. I'm high. Anyway, that's not what we're here to do, Jess. Why don't you give us a little introduction about yourself? Because I dug into I know we're trying to make it happen for you to come on here. Shout out to Wallet Connect, as you all know, is our show partner. They partner with Myriad. We do a lot of fucking cool stuff with them. So we love Wallet Connect. But you're on the Rion side, and I looked into you, Jess, and you're pretty cool. So tell us more about yourself and what you do at Rion.
I'll pay you later for saying that. So I joined what was then just Wallet Connect at the end of 2023. I am now the CEO at Rion, and effectively you can think about the two, like Rion is the company, we build a whole bunch of different products, including the Wallet Connect network. And so Wallet Connect is kind of the core, that's the bit that most people will know, it's the QR code, it's the thing that will help us pay for that food at your restaurant. And then on top of that, at Rion, we build a bunch of other developer tooling. So we have AppKit. You can see online now, there's our pay with exchange feature that we launched yesterday, really focusing on helping app developers to build great user experiences. We also built something called Wallet Kit. This is how all of the different wallets interact with the Wallet Connect network. So at the network level, we're some 700 different wallets, 15,000 different applications that can all communicate with each other. And Rion is really like the technology company behind that makes that happen. We build a bunch of other stuff, but really like what we're focused on is user experience. Because in my experience, and I've been in crypto now since, well, full-time since 2016, user experience is still so far off where we need it to be. It's still way too difficult, way too painful. And so that was why I was really excited to join the Wallet Connect team, and I guess what we're all building for every day.
Wow, this is really cool. I was just going through your page real quick, and you guys can follow Rion at Reown, REOWN_, and it looks like you have some big partners. You know, like you're saying, Jupiter, Uniswap, Ledger, Binance Wallet, and Alchemy, and just Trust Wallet, Revolut. you got a lot of people you're working with here, and it's really cool. So what exactly does Rion do? Because obviously I named all these big partners, and you guys are a pretty important infrastructure company in the space. So just want people to understand better exactly what you guys do and who you are.
Yeah, so we're a team of about 50 people, primarily in Europe, a few here in Portugal, but all over the world. Wallet Connect was started back in 2018 as the way for apps and wallets to communicate with each other. So if you go onto a Web3 app, there's a button, usually it says connect your wallet. When you click that button, you can connect your wallet into that application. And in a world without what we do, you would have to either only use MetaMask, probably, that was what it was like back in the day, or the developer of that app would have to do hundreds of different integrations in order that you can use the wallet of your choice. So the work that we do basically means that you as an end user have complete choice over which wallet you use. You can use everything from like a hardware wallet, like a Ledger, institutional wallets like Fireblocks, multi-sigs like Safe, mobile wallets like MetaMask, any wallet of your choosing that suits you, you can take that into any app that's on the network. You can go to an NFT marketplace, you can go onto a payments company and pay for things, you can go into a DeFi application and use the wallet of your choice. And I think that's really like the crux of it for end users is we want people to have like self-custody, control, choice over what they do with their assets, choice over the wallets that they use. And so everything in all of our tech stack that we build is to enable those end users to be able to self-custody assets. And then, you know, behind the scenes, the way that we do that is that we build different toolkits for wallet developers and for app developers. But really, the whole point here is that it gives you choice as an end user.
Okay, wow, that's super cool. And so, what's the relationship between the two companies here?
So Rion was kind of born out of Wallet Connect. We decided to create this new kind of top level company. If you think of like Google and Alphabet, similar sort of setup here. So Wallet Connect is the network, is one thing that we build at Rion. It's not the only thing, but that's the sort of like core piece of our technology. And we have a separate brand for that because the decentralization of the Wallet Connect network is really, really important to us. For a long time, Wallet Connect was running through central servers. And over the course of last year, we decentralized that. We added 16 different node operators to the network. This makes the network resilient, censorship resistant. It means it's not just reliant on us as a company. And so Wallet Connect is that decentralized network. And then at Rion, we're the company behind it that built it, but that builds tooling for developers to be able to build on top of it. We also have products like this pay with exchange feature, on-ramps, swaps, chain abstraction features, everything that a wallet or an app developer needs to be able to create a great user experience.
That's really cool. Wow, that's impressive. It's damn, it's actually really big because we had the numbers. We had Pedro Gomez, right, come on the show a few weeks ago, who's obviously the director of the Wallet Connect and everything else. And so he was talking about how many people are using the product. It's absurd. It's like 250 million people, which is really impressive, right?
It's definitely, it's a lot of people, it's a lot of capital when you think about like all the institutional users that we have behind it, the institutional wallets. A lot of custodians use us for accessing DeFi, for example. So we really like serve a wide range of the crypto industry. Yeah.
This is really cool. So speaking of the crypto industry, etc., and obviously our partnership, there's you guys also recently released the State of Onchain UX, which is a report that you created with Nansen. And I actually genuinely invite people to download that because first of all, it's free and it's really good, State of Onchain. Like if you're even for your jobs, like the people listening, trying to do reports, etc. Can you tell us more about this report? And a reminder that Elon, our co-founder of Dastan and co-founder of Decrypt and Myriad, all that good stuff, gave a quote. He's in the report. He's in the report. It's great. And it is a quest on Myriad to download the report. There you go. See, it's a quest. So if you download it, you can also get some Myriad points for downloading it. But either way, you should be downloading it and checking it out. But can you run us a little more through this State of On-Chain UX report?
Yeah. So we did the first version of this about a year ago. We called it the Wallet Connect Pulse at the time. And then this is our second report. One of the things that I think is really hard to build great user experiences is if you don't know your users, you don't know who they are and what they want. So for me, a huge amount of building great user experience is data, giving us insights into who our users are, what they want, how they think about things. So this report is a combination of an end user survey. We partnered with YouGov. We surveyed over 1,000 different people, all of whom have crypto experience here. So we're talking about people with real insights, valuable insights into user experience. We took our proprietary data at Rion and at Wallet Connect, where we can actually observe consumer behavior when they're on different applications. And then we partnered with Nansen to give us on-chain insights as well. So this is a really broad spectrum of data that we use to try and give people insights into how people think about user experience within Web3, which we know is a really big barrier to adoption. And it's long, so print, store it, save it for your Saturday morning with a big cup of coffee, or just like plow through it at different points, and you can pick out different pieces over time. But I highly recommend it because it's just got so much insight, and I've read it a few times now, and every time I learn more. Kind of key things that it will tell you, for example, is like the different wallets that people want to use and why. So we see differences between like NFT holders and the types of wallets they want to use versus people who are more interested in DeFi and what they want to use. Tells us a lot about sentiment about why people don't use crypto more. People talking about like why they're concerned about security, they're worried about being hacked, they're worried about phishing, but they're also worried about some other things, like kind of on-chain privacy, having their assets exposed. So this gives us a lot of insights into why people are doing what they're doing today. And I think that's what helps us as like product builders to then build better experiences going forwards. Because if we understand the challenges that people face today, we know what to do. Another one, for example, some like 54% of people said that they want to be able to pay for things online and that they have paid for things with crypto recently. But only 12% of people say that that's a great user experience. So we have this big gap of like half of people want to be able to pay with crypto, but most people can't do that and find it really difficult to do that today. And that tells us that there's a lot of opportunity for us to build better experiences around payments, for example.
Well, Tyler, literally 15 minutes ago, you said that you literally made that comment right before Jess came up. That's so good. I love that. Lee made that comment how you're trying to use your card or something and it keeps failing on the stablecoin side or there's some issues. So we're still early in that sense. And this is what Rion and Well Connect are here to fix for y'all. So I love that, Jess. That's awesome. Any last words, any last thing you'd like to push besides the great report that you guys have written?
Yeah, I mean, like, please follow us. If you have feedback, please let us know. I think, Farokh, as you said, like we do get to work with all different apps, all different wallets, all different chains, which is why I love this job so much. And we're really trying to push the boundaries. But any feedback that you get as an end user, if you're using Wallet Connect, as a builder, if you're using AppKit and Wallet Kit, let us know how we can be better. Like, there's the whole purpose of this is that we all build a better internet for everyone. So get in touch if there are ways that we can do that.
I love that. Thank you so much, Jess, for coming on to that. Shout out to Well Connect. You guys are awesome partners. We love you guys. So appreciate you. Thank you so much.
Thanks for having me.
Have a good one. All right. Well, this is the moment you all prefer. Sadly, I thought you guys preferred us, when we're chatting to you all, but I know you want your giveaways. So it's time to pick a winner. Some notes from the producer. What did Tyler, Sam tell me? 488 users are using the FOMO HOUR code. 209 have placed a bet in the raffle. Wow, that's a big number. 279 have not and are not entering the raffle. It's very simple. All you have to do is place a bet. Okay, so if you're saying it doesn't work, you may be the problem. So check it out. Try to place your bet. Just go on Blink or some shit and place $1 or $5 bet. I don't know. Just do something. It's fun, actually. Actually do a coin race. It's more fun. An unknown amount of people have a private profile, which means that we cannot see you in the back end and you will not be entered in the raffle bot. Your profile has to be public. It's that simple. Or else how are we supposed to know you won? So make sure your profile's public. Make sure you place a bet. FOMO HOUR is the code on yeet.com. Shall we play some coin race today? Because I got to run. I got a meeting. I'm already 3 minutes late too. So should we just pick a winner? We'll put like $250, $500 on coin race and then go on with that.
Let's do it.
Bacon, egg, and cheese, baby. Oh, I'm starving. Babe, I'm so hungry. Oh my God. Whoa. Bacon, egg, for cheese. Congratulations. You win. Come on stage, baby. Bacon, egg for cheese. God, that made me. I've been fasting for like 15 hours, man. Fuck. I'm so hungry. Jesus Christ. I've been sleeping super early because of my Dubai fucking jet lag, guys. Mm-hmm. So I wake up at like 6. I don't know. You probably noticed I text you guys like 5 a.m. I'm just starving, man. Oh, after the show. All right, bacon, egg for cheese. What's up, fam? How you doing?
How's it going, guys?
Congratulations. You win.
Awesome.
Are you watching us on video or are you on audio?
1 second.
You don't have to. It's fine.
Just
watching the stream. Let's go.
What's up?
Choose 2 coins.
Yeah,
Bitcoin,
choose 2 coins.
Solana, or...
So here's the thing. There's Bitcoin, ETH, Solana, and
Doge.
Bitcoin, ETH, Solana, Doge, and Farokh. As you go through the coins, you have a riskier, chance of losing, but the odds are bigger. So between Bitcoin, ETH, Solana, and Farokh, pick 2 coins.
Bitcoin and Farokh.
Okay, so what I'll do here, Mando, because the max on Farokh is 200, I'll put 300 in Bitcoin and 200 on Farokh, all right? So let's do that. And just so you know, by the way, Bacon, you've already made $500. So whether you win or not here, you already are leaving as a winner. You guys can hear.
Thanks, guys.
All right. Next race starting soon. Wow, Ethereum just won. That's crazy. But don't worry. We're about...
Oh, man.
All right. So
79x on Fart.
79x on Farokh if you win. Let's go, baby. Let's get a fucking 79x win, man. Let's get a win. 2, 1. The music is so good. I know you guys can't hear on stream, but the people can on Spaces.
Man, I love the barbell play.
Oh, man.
All right, let's get this guy 15 grand. No!
Oh, it's out.
Fucking bitch! Stupid ass coin race. Sorry. God damn it, Mando.
ETH is
Fuck.
doing all right here. Oh, Bitcoin.
Hold on. Bitcoin. Yes.
Oh,
Let's
Bitcoin wins.
go. Yeah.
Nice.
Come on.
Let's go.
Come on, mate. Let's fucking go, buddy. So you won the 663 plus $500. So you made nearly $1,200 on the show this morning. Congratulations.
Nice.
Awesome, guys. Thanks.
That's
Appreciate it.
awesome. I love that. It's 2 days in a row we gave over $1,000. Fuck yeah. Let's go. Congrats. All right, y'all. We'll see y'all tomorrow morning, 10 a.m. Eastern Standard Time for the episode of FOMO Hour on Rug Radio. Let's go.